So I hop on this bus, and it's 3.5 hours to Gwangju, and I arrive at Gwangju at 11 p.m. Now here is the hairy part of my trip. I get to the bus terminal, and there's nobody there to meet me. It's 11 o'clock at night, and all the shops are pretty much closed. There are some guards that are sitting at the information desk who can speak a little. Their English is rough, but you can piece together what you're looking for. But I didn't have anybody's phone number. I had the phone number for my recruiter, but at 11 p.m. my recruiter's not working anymore. But I did not have the phone number for my boss or my school. I didn't have the address for my apartment. I really had nothing. So when I got there and there was nobody there to meet me, I was freaking out. I had my laptop computer. That's all I had. I had money, but I had nobody to call. So I basically sat there in a lobby, and there were other people there. I was new to Korea. I didn't know what to expect, so I did kind of feel unsafe sitting in a bus terminal, not knowing the language, not knowing where to go or anything. There weren't that many shady people walking around, but there were some old Korean guys walking around looking at me, trying to tell me, I don't know, some old Korean guys were kind of mumbling to me stuff, and I didn't know what they were saying, but I did not feel comfortable. I turned on my laptop, and I got a Wi-Fi signal from a coffee shop that was open. There are coffee shops everywhere in Korea. So luckily I had Wi-Fi. I sent an email to my recruiter saying, I'm not very happy right now. There's nobody here at the bus terminal to meet me. I don't know what to do. And to be honest, thoughts of me taking a nap on a bus terminal bench for 5 hours or however long it takes for somebody to show up, pick me up, was running through my head because I didn't know what else to do. I couldn't take a taxi to nowhere. I had no address. I'm just walking around, and it's about 11:45, 45 minutes later. A Korean guy comes up to me and he says, "Are you Steven?" And I said, "Yes, I am." And he said, "Good." He had some papers, he had my picture. I would imagine that I would stick out like a sore thumb, being the only white guy walking around at 11:45 at night in a bus terminal looking very confused. He told me that he thought my bus was supposed to arrive at midnight, so I got there an hour early. I don't know how they screwed that up. A bus ride for 3.5 hours is a 3.5 hour bus ride, but I was saved. I didn't know it, but that was my boss, my school director. That was the guy picking me up. And he knew I was pissed, but I wasn't yelling or anything. I was just kind of relieved when I saw him. I said, "Yes, it's me. I've been waiting for a long time, but thank God you're here." So my boss gives me a ride to my apartment, the one that you see in my other video, my apartment video. So I get there it's midnight, and I got greeted by the teacher who was outgoing. The outgoing native English teacher, his name was Jeremy, really nice guy, and he was also from Florida by coincidence. So it's midnight. I basically have all night to talk to Jeremy about what is going on with my job, anything, all the information I can, pick from Jeremy's brain. I thought I would have some time, maybe at least one day, maybe a week, to shadow another teacher just to see, what I have to do. Part of me knew that there wouldn't be that much, there might not be a lot of training to do my job, because that's what I heard from others. That's exactly what happened. Jeremy was leaving at 7 a.m. So I'm there at midnight, and in 7 hours, Jeremy is on a flight back to the United States. So I will not have one day of school to shadow another teacher. I'm basically on my own. So I used my time to ask him as many questions as I can think of. He took me around the apartment, he showed me how things work. He took me outside, we walked around the block, he showed me some places, some restaurants, some bars, some things that were going on in the neighborhood. He showed me the bus stop, but it really didn't mean much because looking back on it, I kind of wish he had written or jot down on a notepad some of the bus lines that I needed to know to get around the city. It took me a week of riding around the bus to know where I had to go. It's hard to explain, but some of the signs are in English at the bus stops, but not all of them are, and it takes a while to figure out how to get around the city on the bus. For about a week and a half following this, I had my jet lag. It took me a while to get used to sleeping. I mean, I was exhausted and going to sleep at like 9:30 or 10 at night, and then waking up at 5 in the morning. And so it was really weird. I'm still on an earlier schedule. Usually in the States, I go to bed at 2 in the morning and get up around 9 or 10. But here, luckily, I've been keeping it consistent. I go to bed around 10:30, 11. I go to bed definitely before midnight or by midnight at the latest. And I'm up on my own with no alarm around 7 o'clock in the morning. And I go walking and jogging in the morning, and I'm back by 9, 9:30. So that's been a pretty good schedule. That was my trip and my first night in Korea. And then I woke up the next morning all ready to be a teacher in a classroom with kids for the first time. I'll be lying if I say I wasn't stressing a little bit about that. So that will be in the next video, to be concluded.